We had just passed the 2-week mark on our around-the-world trip. Felt like we just got to Munich and then bam, we're back at the train station. Berlin is very cool. And I mean cool in the sense that it makes you really want to change your name to like
or like just a semicolon.
But beneath its trendy skin, Berlin has historical bones. Everywhere you look, old meets new. To your left, a bullet hole. And to your right, a Banksy.
If you had to describe Berlin in 2 words, what would the 2 words be?
Subculture, atmosphere, I guess.
Best place. Freedom. I think freedom is the point. Freedom and tolerance. Yeah, the tolerance for people who do something like unusual or so is quite high. You always thought there's some kind of way how you do it, you know? There's some stuff you have to do or you just do that. And here you meet people who really don't give a f***. You can do something for this city. No, it's not like ready or done or finished.
It's sounding like cliche, but this Berlin cliche is pretty true, I think.
Totally.
And I yeah.
Nimmt man denn da, jetzt quasi diese Netze anzupassen?
Welcome to the loft of our couchsurfing hosts in Berlin.
The girl is Micah. And the boy?
Like this, you don't cut your finger. Well, actually, you have to film from that side.
Well, what would you do if I told you his name was pronounced fart in German? Well, it's not, so take it easy. But I swear that is like 1 out of every 6 German words.
They made us a German specialty dinner. Micah's friend Bia came over.
I went to China for 6 weeks. It was cool, really cool. It's on the fridge. It's still on the fridge. Oh, just a second. I have to read what I think so. I'm greeting you. No, it's greeting you with. How do you call it? How would you translate? Aus dem Staunen nicht herauskommen.
I'm kind of into eating something again.
Now?
Bia wanted dessert, so we didn't have dessert.
Crisps would be great.
How do you do that? Put them in the oven?
I would have put it in the deep fryer, but
You have a deep fryer?
we just cooked with a deep fryer once. Twice.
We talk about deep frying though.
Oh yeah, we talk a lot about deep frying actually. We think it is kind of a perverted technique, you know, because it's
Just drop it in.
Alex dropped it in. Pervert. I think that's good.
Is that good? Well, let me imagine.
Baby's first deep fry is an American rite of passage that we'd both been deprived of, so we really felt quite blessed.
And yet another night slipped from the present to the past, this time heavily lubricated by trans fat. We had big plans that night to paint the town red, but instead we just ate a bunch of ketchup and fell asleep.
Alex works as a tour guide at a company called Alternative Berlin.
They offer free tours of the city with a focus on, quote, Berlin's famous underground subcultures, alternative lifestyles, street art, and graffiti scene, end quote. And if you read between the lines, really small, it says, help, Urban Outfitters is trying to copyright us.
Although most will stick to government buildings and historical puns, you can find free city tours in almost every major European city. All it'll cost you is whatever you tip your tour guide. And our tour guide was really working for it, because not only was he showing us Berlin's wild and unusual antics, he was showing us their backstory.
The boots of East German soldiers on never-ending patrol sound a tattoo of oppression. Scenes of heartbreak that are daily occurrence as families are torn apart by the wall of hate. That is Berlin today. Love conquers the old brick wall.
In the grand scheme of things, this is recent history. And so we find Berlin in its mid-20s, just trying to figure everything out like the rest of us.
Public urination is legal. Prostitution is legal.
Up until recently, squatting, aka living in abandoned buildings,
Was widely practiced and tolerated after the post-war mass exodus left half of Berlin's buildings empty.
which brings us to Taco-list.
Which brings us to Which brings us to Taco Bell.
Taco-list.
3 months after the wall came down, a group of artists occupied the building that used to be headquarters of the Nazi SS, filling it with studios, a cinema, a cafe, and even a club, turning it into one of the city's most iconic squats. But now that the city's star is rising, these icons of post-war hope and community are being auctioned off to the highest bidder.
We visited Taco-list when the eviction notices had long since landed, but there were still 80 artists refusing to leave.
Sadly, just 2 weeks after we left, the back garden was completely bulldozed and all the remaining artists were kicked out.
And that's our show. This has been Gentrification.
Live! And then one thing led to another.
We ended up in East Berlin at a bombed out warehouse where there was a rave.
Okay, if they're playing Cyndi Lauper but it's like a remix, that means it's a rave, right? Sorry, typo with the lips, wedding reception. I hear Chris whisper behind me in this devil voice, I hate you. The girl had bought her a drink. We weren't that close, apparently. There was something in that drink.
Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a beat.